hon. It's much.
To Geico.
I run a podcast solo. No producer, no.
Save, thank you so much, Save gift. He was talking behind my back, and I really felt used and betrayed and played. Okay? Kyler, you know you're welcome anytime. So, wait, what? Storm, she doxed you too? Yesterday, putting my Discord on screen for 30 minutes, my email, she has completely lost it. Completely. Darlene, love you too, sweetheart. Thank you for the $2. It's much appreciated. Thank you, darling. Like,
you know,
I said, did you see delayed post? But I meant to say hecates. It's spelled out delayed. And I don't have a response from her. And then the next day, I said, hi, hon, I'm streaming at 9. You are welcome to come on. And then it said, I sent her something that said this video has been removed from violating. Oh, this was Greg's. Greg's video got removed. I said, tap on Greg's screen. It got taken down. And then I sent her a screenshot of a content creator that's going by kind of like my name. And I'm not going to read that because I'm not giving it any attention. And then I put Happy Thanksgiving, November 27th. November 29th, I put, I'll call you right back. And then December 1st, I sent her the link to AJ's live stream. And then I said, hey, hon, call me when you get a chance. And I showed her a picture of a delivery. And hey, hon, any luck with the police? December 2nd, she says, hey, just got off the phone and they said that if someone requested the footage, they would have to prove who they are and valid reasons for it. Like it would be evidence for court or something like that. And they would have to prove they were involved with it. And even if they allowed it, the person would not be allowed to share it. And it was shared anyway. And if it was shared anywhere by anyone, they would be in big legal trouble for it. So it doesn't look like it's a possibility. And especially since nothing was found or came of it, they have no reason. As far as the 911 call, he wasn't sure if I could get that or not. I'd have to contact the legal department and apply for it or something. I'm not worried about it since they can get the body cam anyway. If they were to try to SWAT, they would have to give info. And when it becomes clear it's unfounded, they would be in serious trouble for that. But there's really nothing else they can do unless I can give them actual names and evidence as far as the harassment. Other than that, it would be something I would have to take up with an attorney. I said, that's a relief.
Excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
Kyler put in the private chat, everybody wants to see the messages. Can you display them?
Oh, good.
And read them?
Mm-hmm.
It was Kayla, not Kyler. Kyler did not say that.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's a KK.
I'm sorry.
So
You know me.
Yes, ma'am. That was me.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, I was just giving you crap.
It's okay. I'm gonna cry. Ah.
So then I said, GP was on Greg's panel. I missed it. Oh, shit. Did GP drag him? They actually got along. I said they were talking about Tasha and Alex Glitter. then I sent her a link to, is this Blackjack's screen? I think it was Blackjack's screen. And then I sent her another link to a Hecate talking about me. And then I said, Blackjack is a mod for Yato. Hey, hon, how you doing today? She says. I said, I'm good. What you doing? She goes, just chilling, being lazy, watching the stream Val did the other day. Did you see it? And then she sent me the stream. I said, no, I'm going to watch. And then she sent me a picture of her house. And it says, carries empty beer bottles. Someone did it. I don't even remember if I clicked on it or not. I'm not clicking now. And then I said, hey, did Greg lose his channel again? She goes, yes, LOL. I said, I'm doing another outdoor live. And then I sent her a link to Fight Companion. I don't know whose video this is, but I sent her a link to it. And then she goes, oh, that B. Anja went on Greg and AJ and was talking crap about you. I said, oh, for F's sake, what did I do now, LOL? Oh, Anja was also saying in Kel's chat, which is Keldosh, we won't be friends in 8 months and we'll turn on each other. Stupid, jealous B. I just started watching it at the part where Anja came up and she immediately brought you up and was talking about you and David were committing fraud. She's a pathological liar. Me and David are not committing fraud, you dumb idiot. Then I said, I put a smiley face. I said, she's a effing delusional. I hate her. She goes, ditto. OMG, AJ is going to interview Anja. She just asked to interview Anja on her channel to get her side of things. Good. They should team up. Both are desperate, dumb, delusional twats. I said, what's the timestamp? Well, it's hard to figure out because it's still live. I said, I found it. She put a check mark. I put a heart. She put a heart. Then I sent her something with Foodie Beauty, and I put, poop. She goes, hey, hon, how you doing? I hope good. This shanty stuff has kept me busy. Fell asleep early last night. I hope this bee just sleeps today now that she got her meds and it's nice and is nice and drugged up. I've got poop I need to, I'm not cursing, okay? I'm trying not to curse. I've got poop I need to do around the house to get ready for my mom and Christmas. Oh, her mother was coming to her house. Okay. She gets here on the 18th. I'm really excited. We normally spend every Christmas together, but last year she was going traveling a lot, so she stayed home. So I haven't seen her in person since the Christmas before that. It's been too long. I love my mama. We didn't get along during my teenage years. Shocker. She hates to see you now, too, it seems like, once every 2 years, and didn't see eye to eye for quite a while. I put her through a lot during my wild days. We are very different, but I appreciate her always doing the best for us. Strong, independent, single mom. Anyways, I'll have to introduce you guys to each other at some point while she is here. May even bring her on for a stream, or at least for a few videos / shorts featuring her. I got to get my Christmas tree up today or tomorrow, get all the Christmas decorations up and get in the spirit. So hopefully Shani stays drugged up and hibernates for a few days so I can get some shit done. I see Hecate is still live and on a bender. God, how is she not embarrassed? And she barely has 100 people in the chat. Not even 2K on a 12-hour stream. I've been doing 2 to 3 hour streams that have 2K or more as soon as the stream ends. And you don't care about numbers, and here you are bragging. Mm-hmm.
Hasibu, I'm sorry that I disturb you again, people. You can show it your DMs later after, I think, yeah? Because people, they want to see this.
It's very, very difficult, but
Later, yeah, you can put it somewhere. It's not necessary, I think, now. You read it then. Guys, so please chill out, please, in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's okay. she just loops and loops. And because she's clueless when it comes to Shani and Rev, she can't even keep up with what is going on. She gets shit wrong constantly and just stays confused the majority of the time. She's honestly embarrassing herself. Love that for her. All right, let me shut up. Love you, boo. By the way, did you see this? And she sent me all this stuff with AJ, pictures of her husband, other things. Okay, so I'm not going to go over all these pictures that she sent me. I said, hi, hon, I'm listening to Hecate talk about the DMs with Yato. She's boring AF. No one cares. Her numbers speak for themselves. Love that for the whore. I'm taking, and by the way, she is. She's a paid sex worker. I might stream this afternoon. If not, I'll do a pre-party show stream tonight. Hope you are well. Keep up the good work. You're kicking butt. I've gained subs. It's been a good week. Thanks to King Kong. Who the hell's King Kong? I don't even know who. I don't know who King Kong is. And then I send her a funny TikTok video. Hey, what you doing? She says. Did you see AJ on panel with Azria, Tasha, and Sparks? Karma's a B, AJ, she says. And then she sends me a video. She goes, they showed AJ's house. And then she says, AK claims AJ is live and I'm there triggering the fuck out of her and Greg right now. Let me know when you get this. Didn't see you yesterday. Hope everything's okay. Hi, hon. I had a bad hangover yesterday. She goes, this bee is insane. I said, and I feel like poo today. I said, yeah, she is. She goes, I'm sorry. I said, how are you? She goes, I hope you feel better. I'm good. I said, thanks, hon. I said, Run Amok asked me to unblock them. I don't remember why I blocked them. She goes, I was cleaning up and getting the house ready for my mom, putting up the Christmas tree tomorrow, well, later today. Shani has been quite quiet all day. I said, I guess Greg is her new sidekick. Did she ever have her mother on when she came to visit? I don't even think she did a stream with her. Did she? Okay, we don't know. That's fine.
I don't think she did. I don't remember if she did.
Yeah.
But I am going to say, if people don't stop shitting up the chat.
Well, you guys, I am not going to tolerate anything. So, you guys, if anybody comes to derail, it's a block. It's not even a time. If you want to time them out for 24 hours, feel free.
Okay, I was just going to ask you that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm blocking people. They're shitting up the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do a 24-hour. Just kick them out for 24 hours. Okay.
Right.
Like I said, I'm sorry. I write it in the chat. People, there are some photographs. There is something what Hussy cannot show it because we don't dox fucking people. So chill the fuck out. He will put it when he will put it and what he will put it.
Well, if you
don't want to listen, go.
Tell Carrie to show it. Tell Carrie to show it. I'm okay
Yeah.
with it. Okay?
Hussy's not doing
it. If you want me to take screenshots one at a freaking time, then you can pay me. Because it's going to take over an hour to do that.
Amen.
All you people coming over here and complaining, you're not even sending a super chat. You can leave. And I'm talking about the ones that are complaining, obviously.
Yeah, you cannot put it everything. People,
No.
are you nuts?
This is even more difficult for me to do, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you will put it when you will redact stuff.
Okay.
If you want to put it. If you don't want to listen, if you don't think that it's true, I don't give a damn. Stop piss me off, people.
I triggered them so bad. You'll have to go back and watch later, she says. I almost went up. They were talking crap, telling me too. But I know how it would go, and it's not worth it. But I called her ass out, and the chat B. She says the poop. She said about the pro Anna stuff was crazy. I'll have to rewind, I said, LOL. She's actually trying to defend that poop. Did you see they got her docs? I said, I'm going to make coffee and watch this later. I said, do you have the pic of her house? She says, I'll grab it. I said, okay. Am I blocked? Did you see Drader's post? I don't think you're blocked unless it happened. It just happened. And yeah, I did hear about that car. Very interesting. I says, they see me, LOL. AJ's house has 2 floors. I saw the pic of a house. Okay, it's a ranch style, whatever. That laugh at her, it pissed her off, LOL. She gave me $58. Who gave me $58? Anyway, did you try to come up? ? She says, I'm defending you hard. I said, I know, hon, hard. She goes, love you. I said, laugh at her. Love you too. I said, I feel sick and Greg is on panel. There is no point for me to come on. He will say poo and I'll have to leave. And then she goes, Anja said we were distancing ourselves from each other. I said, ha, 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 ha. Meow, meow. Tell AJ I'll be sending her husband my nudes. That's a joke. I don't have his email. I never did that. I said, she never answered my question. And she goes, ugh, she is vile. I'm not going back up. F her. Talking to her is pointless. I've said enough. She ain't worth my time. I said, hey, hon, sorry. I was talking to Monica. I'm listening to her now. She goes, are you watching her? Woti is up there. I said, no, should I? And she goes, yes. I said, okay, LOL. Woti is calling her out. I said, oh, wait, good. And she goes, it's awesome. And I said, LMAO. Then I sent her a video. I said, who does this remind you of? And it reminded me of Hecate. So she goes, hey, babe, sorry I missed your call. What you up to? And then I send her a picture of a Powerball ticket because it was like $2 billion or $1 billion. And I went to play and I was live streaming. And I told her, because I know she don't leave the damn house, I told her that I would play her one. So I send her a picture of the Powerball ticket. And then she goes, hey, yeah, babe. And she put a bunch of hearts. I said, AJ is live. I'm pissed. Of course, Greg is on panel acting like a regard. I might start a stream dragging her. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. So she didn't take Woti's advice. I knew she was full of poo. That fake act. You want me? ? You really care? And then she puts a vomit emoji. I'm grabbing something to eat, but I'll be in chat if you go live. I said, okay, hon. And then she goes, OMG, the effing crying. I said, good. She goes, I can't stand that beat. They're trying to get you on panel. I said, they can come on my panel. She goes, I agree. I said, are you watching? She's like, yeah. I said, what BS? She goes, it's always my fault. I said, F them. She goes, I was going to go up. I said, I saw. She goes, Woti's saying I'm a douchebag for being in the chat. Actually kind of hurt. I said, I saw that too. She goes, like, why? What am I doing that everyone else does? Like, what the F? I said, don't let them get to you. She goes, I'm sick of people attacking me for poo everyone else effing does. But I know it's never going to change. I said, F them all. If you want to come up on panel, just let me know. She goes, are you still live? I said, yes. I'm putting the link in the chat. Next day, hey, hon, how are you? And then I send her a link to AJ's stream connecting the oil of the dots in the machine. That's what it was titled. Her and her weird ass oil in the machine and dots and all the connections. Okay. So then I send her a link to Greg's stream. And then she goes, speak of the devil. She sent me a video and I put loser. And then she puts 100%. Then she goes, Andra's stream, she's talking about you. I'm watching you. She sends me the stream. She's saying you're on welfare and live in an apartment for free. I said she should show the evidence, effing regard. December 19th. Hi, On, how are you doing? I said that to her. And then I sent her a picture of someone who's a member. And who is this? I can't see it. It's very small. Oh, Kimikaze. Kimikaze. Because I said it right underneath. Kimikaze, I said, still supports Hecate. And then she goes, F her then. If she can still support her, then she's a POS, and you didn't lose much losing her as a friend. Oh, so she was a POS for supporting Hecate, for slandering and defaming me, right? But now you're rubbing it in my face because I'm suing Hecate, and now you want to help her. Very interesting how you change your tune every single time you like or dislike someone. So now you are a POS too then. You're helping her. You're helping G-Man. Okay, good for you. Help them. They're going to need it. She goes, sorry, though. It still has to hurt. I said, I let her have it in an email. Then I said, hey, hon, by any chance, do you have the stream where Kimikaze came on panel with us? If not, no big deal. And then next day, hey, hon, Shani has been live for a while. I just found out. Are you going to snipe her? If so, I'll watch on your channel. And then I sent her a video of, what is this? Hussy versus Woti, Carl upset at the bodega. This was something that AK had shared, and I just shared it to her. And then she sent me a video. I said, interesting. Hey, hon, can you talk? She goes, hey, sorry. Everything okay? And she said, everything okay? I said, hey, hon, all is good. I talked about a bit. I don't know what that means. I talked about a bit. I'm live now. And I sent her a screenshot of someone that's pretending to be me. I said, I'm trying to trigger that FB. And then she goes, LMFAO. I said, Merry Christmas. I said, hi, hey, hon, I'm streaming at 8:30 with Raven talking about AJ. You're welcome to come up on panel. And then 2 days after, I said, hey, hon, you're there? She goes, hey, sorry, last night she was with mom. She leaves tomorrow. She said things will get back to normal soon. You okay? I said, yeah, I just wanted to do a raid if you were going to go live. I said, I'm really tired. I said, AJ is in chat. She goes, where? I said, in chat. She said, yo, LOL. I said, yours or Shani's? I said, mine. She goes, I don't see her. She must have blocked me, LOL. I said, that be. And then I showed her tweet, and I said, she's live. She goes, that be really just said stamina instead of stamina. And I laughed. I said, that's great. I'm blocked. I thought she was getting a new mic for Christmas, she said. I said, she did say that. She said she got a pink Yeti. She goes, I missed it. Doesn't sound any better to me, LOL. I said, no, it doesn't. So was she sober the first 2.5 years when her daughter was a baby, she said? Otherwise, how was she breastfeeding that long? I called BS. I said, good question. I know she's a drunk now because she told me she has a drinking problem. And she's blaming it on Tragic. She said, if you're breastfeeding, you can't drink. I said, exactly. She goes, either she's lying or her baby was tipsy a lot. I said, I effing hate her. She's annoying to me already. And then she goes, what the F is she even talking about? She's calling this a rough draft. She's so effing dumb. And I laughed. And she sent a picture. I said, part 2 is coming soon, LOL. She goes, oh, great. Greg is there now. Ugh. I said, of course. I doubt Nezzy will go up. She said she's going to roast me. And she goes, sure. She's going to play herself like always. I said, funny how she laughs online but cries offline. Think, B. She goes, and get her attack dog Greg up there to make noise. She can never carry a stream all alone. And then I said, she needs that male energy. It might, I might stop watching. She's a B. She goes, yeah, she's predictable and boring. And then on December 31st, I said, hi, hon. I said, David said MK Vigilante has been talking a lot of poo about you, me, and David in Fresh Garbage's chat. So just be aware. So David was looking out for her. I said, Rev is coming on panel at 9. Well, listen to this. Now, she finds it very disgusting to talk to Rev, pay Rev, or anything, right? I said, Rev is coming on panel at 9:30. Come on if you want. Do you want to come up? Yes, coming now. So why is it okay for you to talk as long as you're not paying them? I am. You want to talk to them. But you call other people disgusting for wanting to talk to them. Make that make sense. And this is when she came up, she sabotaged the interview, and he raged quit. She ruined the interview. Exactly. Okay? I said, I'll put the link in the chat. She goes, 1 second, I'm texting you when I'm back. Do you know it's me? I said, yeah. She goes, I'm back there. Wow. I said, you okay? She goes, yeah, I'm just frustrated. If I'm nice, that's wrong. If I'm mean, that's wrong. I only went at him because, oh, this is after he left. If I'm nice, that's wrong. If I'm mean, that's wrong. I only went at him because I thought the interview was over. I wouldn't have done anything to ruin the interview. It was already said he only had 5 more minutes. So people saying I ruined the interview is effing ridiculous. No, it ain't. You did ruin it. You absolutely did ruin it. That's why everybody's saying you ruined it. Did you see AJ's going live tonight? Are you going out or anything? And she sends me a link. I said, Happy New Year. AJ must have fell asleep, LOL. The video you send me is private. January 1st, she says, hi, hon. I'm about to wrap up. Are you planning on going on? I can send people over to you if you want. I said, I'll stream in an hour. I have paging Miss Hussy I'm doing. And I put a heart. And then she goes, okay, hon. Talk to you later. She sends me a kiss. And then I send her a link to whatchamacallit's stream, AJ's stream. And then she's like, oh, geez, wonder if she's actually show up this time. She said this about AJ. Did you hear Jules on the phone with Rev? I said, like, it's possible. Like, what? No. Why the fuck did I talk like that? Anyway, she said, yeah, Shani almost lost it. And I put like a shocked face. And she goes, he's really trying to antagonize her now. I mean, she's kind of deserves it. I said, oh, it's on his live? She goes, but it's just wild how low they are going now to get back at each other. I said, I know. She goes, no, I heard on Shani's. Let me see if I can show you where it happened. Be right back. I said, okay. By the way, I'm not streaming tonight. She goes, I can't clip it on my phone, but it was maybe an hour ago, and you'll see her come on camera. She just sits and listens to him and Jules on speakerphone, dragging her to filth. And she didn't say poo, but her face got so red, LOL. Is everything okay? Just don't feel like streaming, ? I said, I'll check. Yeah, hon, all is good. Just low energy. I'd rather watch. I did paging Miss Hussy. I'm a little wiped out. How are you? She goes, and I'm sorry for going at Rev on your stream. I feel bad now. I just thought since it was about to be over, it wouldn't have mattered. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it have mattered? So you think just because it's over, you can sabotage it because it's going to be over anyway? Storm, you know you're welcome to come up, hon. But I should have handled it better. I was just peed off. Right. I said, you're fine. The stream was done anyway. Of course, I didn't make her feel bad. Don't think that I wasn't upset. I was saying Charlene looks so cute. And then she sends me a bunch of pictures of Shani's toilet, Shani sitting on the floor, Shani,
You do, Charlene.
all these pictures. Okay, now we're on January 2nd. I messaged her. Hey, hon, are you going live? I'm going to wrap it up. We can do a raid. She goes, I think I'm going to wait until she wakes up to go on, but thanks for thinking of me. Next day, I said, hey, did AJ drop a bombshell last night? I don't watch. I'm sure it wasn't anything jaw-dropping. And then next day, hey, oh, she didn't even get back to me. And next day, hey, hon, do you remember the name of Falcon's channel? I don't know who Falcon is, or maybe Fallon. Do you know her? And then she didn't answer me again. This is how many days? Then I said, hey, the next day, are you going live? She goes, I'm debating AOL. LOL. I said, okay, let me know. She goes, you getting ready to wrap up? I said, she's sniping again. Yes, I'll wait until you start. And then she goes, it'll be a few before I go on. Keldosh is live covering it too. You want to send people there? But thank you. I appreciate it. Love you. I said, okay, hon. She's live. Hey, hon. Hecate says she was gonna gang grape you and Michael. Now she's defending Hecate. I said she needs to be reported. She goes, next day, hey, hon, what you doing? I said, hey, just got home from running errands. She goes, I just woke up. Was up late watching Shani drama. Dude, everyone is trying to get us to fight. I said, I have to watch your stream. She goes, did you see what Hecate just posted? I said, no, hold on. She's trying to say we're going to fight over views. They're so effing dumb. I said, she's an effing a-hole. Why is she watching what we do?
I'm sorry, Hussy. Can I say something? Today I was watching Abba and Preach, and this guy, because Hakata, she was saying that she was this and that. He was talking about her, that he dumped her ass. Hakata, just only small note about this.
Hakata dumped whose ass?
No, Abba and Preach. She was have an interview with Abba, and she was so they know me this and that. So he showed her DMs.
Oh, really?
And he said, don't contact with me because I will call the police. Yeah.
Interesting.
It is small note in this because I was watching this today.
Okay. So she says, no, you're fine. She says, she's the, I said, we are not, she goes, because she's a loser. I said, we're not fighting, period. She goes, hell no. I said, she's the one fighting with everyone. She goes, I love you. I said, I love you too. I said, F those a-holes, all of them. And then she goes, they keep trying to make us beef, but it ain't going to happen. I said, they're not worth our time. We are doing so well without them. She goes, exactly. That's why they want us to fight. Jealousy. I said, yep, because they are not genuine. I said, they think we are the same. She goes, 100%. I said, that's what makes us special. When are you going live? I'm good for a while. I said, my housekeeper is coming at 2. I got the final copy of the complaint for Tragic's lawsuit. I have to read it and sign, so I send it back to my attorney. She goes, oh, I did a load last night, so unless something big happens, I'm not going on for a while. Might take the day off completely. And then she goes, oh, good. I said, I just sent you a Cash App. This one is from me, heart. Oh, hon, you didn't need to do that, but thank you, love you. XOXO. And then she goes, guess what? I said, what? I just put my poo through with AdSense, so a B might be getting super chats and memberships soon, fingers crossed. I said, F yeah. And she goes, about time, right? I said, now is a good time. I said, heck yeah, memberships? She goes, time to really piss off the haters. I said, that's right. you should know like tomorrow. She goes, I'm not saying anything publicly until I know if it all goes through, but hopefully it will soon. I can start making a little money for my time. You were making money with super chats and cash apps. Okay. I said, you deserve it. She goes, I figured it doesn't hurt to try. I said, exactly. You'll get it. And she puts a thumbs up. I said, hey, hon, I got some tea. I'll be live at 6:45. She goes, oh, poo. I said, don't say anything. She's like, I won't. I said, but the house is in fact being condemned. And I put 100%. She goes, oh, nice. Ryan? I don't know why she put Ryan. I called the city and they told me it's public information. Okay, cool, nice. I'll share your stream on my community tab when you go live. I said, thank you. I'm starting in 2 minutes. She goes, so everyone gets the update. She says, I'll be there. I said, hey, hon, are you watching Repsion? Is that his name? I don't know. That was when Rev went on that panel. She says, I saw the very beginning because they asked me to do Waftcast. Is it crazy? I said, hey, I don't think it was bad. I have to finish watching it. I said, how are you? And then she sent me a picture of Rev. I said, who made that? She goes, me, LOL. I said, FFG is terminated for F's sake. She goes, oh, no. Hey, I'm going live if you want to come and check it out. And of course, you are welcome to come on panel with me if you feel like it. Love you, boo. Oh, so you always saying you panel, you were coming, but you were making fun of me yesterday, right? I said, I'll be in chat. I'll be listening. I probably won't chat. Okay? And then next day, hey, what you doing? Do you want to do a panel with me and Ryan at 6, like an open panel? She goes, sure, I'm down, being lazy at the moment. I said, okay, cool, so am I. Housekeeper's here. Ryan offered to come on if I stream. Cool, he seems nice. I said, hopefully we will have some Shanny news by then. I said, he is nice. I'll schedule the stream in a bit. Dude, that poo Rev did last night was wild, she says. I said, I heard. The chat told me not to watch it on stream. She goes, it wasn't that bad, but he definitely embarrassed himself. No nudity. I said, oh, okay, he's something for sure. He's on something for sure. I said, Watermelon and Gavin are in a new home. I said, she goes, yeah, I heard. Just posted it on my community tab. And then I put something that Tasha posted or whatever on them. I'm going to stop asking for peen pics. I guess she was asking for peen pics. You guys, please remember we are still trying to reach a goal. If I missed anyone's super chat or anything, please remind me. And if you send a PayPal or Cash App, please remind me. We're not, I don't think we're close to 500 yet. Okay. So she says, I just noticed I am, and I'm the only one. I don't know how to feel about that. LOL. I said, embrace it, honey. She goes, people gonna get the wrong idea. LOL. AJ's gonna think we besties. I said, oh, for sure, LOL. She goes, I stole her brother. And I laughed. And she goes, poor guy can't get his poo to work, though. I feel bad. I said, I kind of feel bad too. She goes, it sucks. I said, this happens to him often. She goes, been there. Oh, damn. Negs just went live. When did you start watching Negs? He's really getting traction with Shani and Rev. Everyone jumping on that trend right now. I said, this is the most attention he has gotten in 4 years. She goes, can't do it like us, though. I said, he's a nasty bee. She goes, and they all know it. I said, true word. She goes, that's why they all so salty right now. I said, right? She goes, well, good. And then I said, 13 people watching. Wait, 13 people waiting. She goes, for hours? I said, yes. She goes, oh, they're hungry for the tea, girl. I said, how long is the cookie fight video? I might set a goal. If we reach it, we can watch the cookie fight. She goes, it depends. There are a few different versions. I said the shortest, up to 10 minutes maybe. She goes, how long are you looking for? I said, or 15 minutes. She goes, let me see real quick. And then she goes, okay, the whole thing is a little over an hour, but we can kind of skip through parts. Or if you want, I can look real quick and find something a little shorter if you want. And then she sent me the video. I said, what do you think? We can do it in an hour? Hold on, I'll grab a few options and you can pick. I said, okay, I'm going to shower. She goes, and then one of the cookie fights is from Vera, and she's cool. She won't strike. I said, oh, we can watch it. She goes, sounds good. I'm going to grab a couple of short retro clips to show too, but they'll be really short, and we can kind of throw them in here and there or whenever. I said, she goes, see you in a bit. And then she starts in cap letters. Hussy, OMG, I am so pissed. Let me know when you get out of the shower. This is crazy. I said, I'm out of the shower. She goes, the cats went to an effing shelter. I said, oh, F no. I said, let's find out what shelter. She's like, I know already. Hold on. I said, okay. She goes, let me get my PC. We can announce it on the screen. I said, okay. And I sent her, I send her an email that, who's this person? Someone sent me about Rev. Hussy, please feel free to share this info. Okay. Please feel free to share this info. Don't say who sent it to you. I am telling you this so you can get it out that Rev doesn't need any donations. He knows about this. Rev currently has about 15 different accounts of unclaimed property money that his mom left him. No telling how much, as they only say over $100, even when it's 10 grand. It's most likely in thousands. And then she sends the link, or he, I don't know. That is the link to the Pennsylvania Treasury. Enter his name, search, 2 pages come up. You can also Google Pennsylvania Treasury if you don't want to click the link. Yes, Rev knows about this. He's been told about it many times in the last few months. I'm so effing pissed about Gavin and Watermelon. I want everyone to know that Rev has been sitting on what could be a gold mine of more money that he's known about. Love your channel. Please share. You can forward it to Carrie if you want. Oh, poo, wow. I said, I ain't. She goes, OMG, I need to get in contact with Ryan. I was just talking to Michael. I said, what happened? She goes, he thought that Ryan was revisionist Ryan, our friend. I said, no. She goes, that's what he made that joke in the screen. Now he feels bad. I said, what was the joke? He thought he was talking to our Ryan, that Ryan was texting Rev on Tinder. And I laughed and she laughed. I wondered why Michael went in so hard. I was just talking to him and it came up. I said, okay, hold on. And she said, he was like, that's not our Ryan? And I said, no. 2 different guys. Revisionist Ryan has been in our community for a long time. Rebuildable Ryan, this guy just started coming around recently. I wonder if he used to have a different name. I said, I'm telling him. Okay, good, LOL. Tell him Michael feels bad. I said, LMAO, I don't even remember what he said, to be honest. Tell him I don't accept his apology because there is nothing to apologize for. Oh, I'm telling her what Ryan said. There's nothing to apologize for. Whatever he said was funny, and I took it with no offense at all. Tell him thank you. I appreciate it, but it's 110% not needed. And I said, from Ryan. Then I gave her Ryan's phone number, and I said, that's his number. You can text him. She said, oh, he's so nice. He said, you can give me his number? Just making sure. If so, that's super nice of him. I won't share it. I'll wait until tomorrow. Anyway, since it's so late, I didn't realize until I just looked. Sorry. I said, talk to Joyfully, baby girl. Please tell her I'm sorry. I hope she's not upset. I don't think so, she says. I'm worn out after yours. I put a laughing face. Oh, I will. She's not, though. I said, okay.
Can you tell me the date on that real quick?
Was January 21st, 3:49 p.m.
Everyone, it's Hussy. I hope you guys are having a great night. I wanted to make this video because I think it's important and you guys need to see exactly what is going on. Now, I don't know if all of you have noticed, but do you see that, like, everybody's reacting to me? Literally. Everyone, even at the same time today. We had Greasy Tits, we had Succotash Squash, we have Wonky Eyes, then we have the other Wonky Eyes gaining ground, then we have AJ doing 12-hour streams, who else? Carrie, TJ, I mean, the list goes on and on, right? This is not just a coincidence, you guys. There is a reason for this, okay? Now, this person, Pew Tasha, who doesn't even like me, okay? And I'm not a fan of hers either. But she follows all this YouTube drama, and she knows what she's talking about. Like, she's not, like, bullshitting, okay? Now, she documents everything, and she sees what's going on. And I want to read her community post for you. All right, 4 weeks ago, she put, the way the Diffies are treating Unicorn Girl and Blaze is exactly what people have been talking about. If you don't do what they say, or should be doing, they will dogpile. They will get the farms to dox you, to punish you. They will follow you around from panel to panel, harassing you. They will make the community turn on you, and turn on your online and ruin your online reputation. And they will do this all while saying they don't work together. Does anyone else think it's a coincidence that the people they fall out with end up being doxxed on the farms? Their doxed information randomly starts popping up in chats. People start talking about new information they found out about off the farms like it's a newspaper. Anyone else notice a pattern? They have been backing of the farms, and they are well aware of it. It's why Gigi said he was the only thing stopping the IRL attack on Hussy. Notice Gigi has been streaming about me since April 26th. Every stream, you guys. We're going to get to that. The farms will dox people, and then the Diffies/Griff Gang will discuss what they see on the farms. And that is true. As soon as I had my falling out with Gaining Ground, the farms completely started a thread and doxed my entire family. I have a complete thread as soon as I stopped talking to Gigi. I'm seeing how these people skirt accountability. This is why no matter what happens to Fresh Garbage, she will have to do what she is told, or they will turn on her and not support her channel. She built her channel up by being an attack dog for shitty people, and now she knows she is trapped. She may think she has a choice, but she does not. Unicorn Girl and Blaze are about to find out why people don't like the Diffies, farms, or Grift Gang. And AJ will loop about Blaze and Hussy for years, which she's talking about me. This is going on her 12th hour. They can joke and laugh and say, press play, AJ, but we all know that just the amount of times they have to say it should show her unhealthy obsession with ruining someone's reputation. It's not enough for her to have an opinion. She has to make her friends do it too. If they don't, well, she has the backing of the farms now, so you'll get doxxed amongst other things. There are also things going on around here that may be discussed later. As things develop, I'm keeping an eye on it, Blackberries, and we shall see about discussing things. Okay? I agree with that 100%. Now let's move on. Okay, this is not important. 4 weeks ago, Gigi talking about releasing the hounds on Hussy again. Not really a good look, Gigi. But keep proving how y'all freaks work together to give out orders to attack people and their channels down. He even named people specifically who want to take Hussy down. Lawsuit soon. Let's see, is this relevant? I don't even feel like reading that. Okay, I think that's it for this part. Okay, so now let's go to Gaming Grounds channel. This starts here, 2 months ago. Okay?
With Amica Auto Insurance, it's not just about where you're going, but who you go
2 months ago.
We're customer owned, and we look after what.
How do we get back? Hold on. Every video, look. Hussy. Hussy. He says he doesn't do videos about me, right? Look. Hold on, sorry guys, this is a total mess. This is why I only do live streams. Look at 1, 2. This is all about me. Olivia was a former supporter. Hussy. This is Hussy. G-Man gets sued. That's about me and him. Sunday grifting. That's me, Hussy. Hussy goes, again, me. Okay, 1-800 no one cares. That's me. Hussy builds a paywall. That's me. All my stars. This is me. Loudmouth Hussy. I think this was about me too. That's me. Group therapy was me. Monday Mayhem, that's supposed to be me at the casino. Loudmouth Hussy, Doxer, whatever. Oh My Stars, that's me. Hussy, that's me. Loudmouth Hussy. Oh My Stars, that's me. And keeps going on. I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. Fancy Cars and Facelifts, that's me. Yep. 1-800 No One Cares, that's me. Open panel, every time, that's me. Every time it's open panel, it's just about me. And Your Honor Hussy, that's me. And this is where it started. And it hasn't stopped. And it's since April. Okay? Now, does Pew Pew Tasha's community tab and all that make sense now to you? Do you notice now how everybody is reacting to me? And that was Gigi's exact words, right? He's releasing the hounds to come after me. Now, I have another thing that I just found on AJ. So, AJ's doing a panel right now, and Woti is there, Keldosh is there, Fresh Garbage is there. I don't know who's... They filtered my pictures using me as an avatar. Greg is on panel, and Unicorn Girl is there. I want you to listen clearly to what AJ is saying, and everything will make sense. Listen, let me make sure it's loud and clear.
Listen, I'm not opposed to going to war. I don't necessarily want to be stupid. I would like to listen. We're the fucking misfits, okay? So I am not saying that I'm not opposed to going to war. I'm saying let's choose who we're going to war with very carefully.
I'm not opposed to going to war, but let's choose who we are going to war with carefully.
Who are we going to war with?
I'm not going to war with anybody.
I just think this is ridiculous.
Fuckface over there who's now calling me.
Fuckface over there. She's talking about me.
Listen.
I'm not going to war with
Fuckface over
anybody.
there.
I just think this is ridiculous.
Fuckface over there who's now calling Gigi a fucking predator.
He's digging his own grave. Who cares? No, he started calling Gigi a pedo now, so like that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
no, he's digging his own grave.
I recorded that stream.
Yes, I just played it over here.
Ryan, unblock me. You better unblock me, Ryan. He was over there fucking Ryan.
No, Wody, you gotta do the drunk,
actually,
the drunk
that's right.
voice.
You missed my whole stream, AJ.
You gotta do the drunk stream, Wody. You gotta do the drunk, like, you're Ryan getting money.
That's what I watched.
Can we stop harassing Ryan, like, sexually, people? It's becoming a bit much for me, especially you, Hussy.
Oh, wait, we're getting to the good part. Hang on. It is about to get so good right here.
Are we watching a video? Oh my god.
Oh no.
Are we on panel? No, we can't react.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, I already reacted to this, AJ.
Okay, I don't care. Okay, look, and I don't... Why can't they just...
The panel already reacted. Is this a...
He says I already reacted to this, AJ, because he did the stream about this, of course. Did you listen to what she has to say? Now, does everything make sense now? With Gigi, every stream about me, inciting people to go after me. You already know if you watch. I'm not going to get into details. Right? I never called him a predator or a pedo. I played a video where someone else was calling him that. That's it. Okay? So, now, this is orchestrated, targeted harassment that they are doing. They are playing games. Now you understand, right? Huzzy's not the problem.